back to Memphians on the Move by Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare. On behalf of Greater Memphis Chamber, we will highlight people and companies who offer a forward-lean approach to the growth of our great city. We will share a closer look at what makes Memphis attractive for economic growth, innovation, and expansion, as well as talent retention, tourism, education, good health, and great business. When Fred Jones Jr. originally conceived the idea of two well-matched Southern football teams squaring off in an annual grudge match, he knew it would be entertaining and would draw crowds of tens of thousands from across the region. But the success of the Southern Heritage Classic Cultural Celebration has exceeded his original vision beyond his dreams. Let's take a look. Fred Jones Jr. never doubted that the Memphis community would support the event. Growing up in the Claiborne Homes housing community in the Memphis area, Jones worked during the day and went to school at night to earn his Bachelor's of Business Administration degree from what was then Memphis State University in 1971. He recognized that the support of his family and friends was vital to that achievement, and he wanted others to have the same support and opportunity. Having discovered the perfect formula for putting together entertainers with large audiences in the most attractive venues, he blended that talent with his love for education and for helping the community to which he himself was grateful. From that combination and a wealth of experience, the Southern Heritage Classic Cultural Celebration was born. Memphians on the Move celebrates Fred Jones Jr. Fred, welcome to the show and congratulations on such a tremendous vision.
Well, thank you. It's been a great ride and still is.
Well,
so
we're glad to hear about that.
I'm just glad that people have responded to what we were trying to do with the Classic, not only here locally, but regionally and nationally. We have a lot of people come from as far away as Florida, New York, California coming in for the Classic weekend.
Okay. Now, the mission of the Southern Heritage Classic is to provide an annual celebration as the premier sports and entertainment event in Memphis that creates that strong economic impact and promotes higher education. So can you tell us an overview of the Southern Heritage Classic in terms of the education and the community?
Well, it's many faceted. You know, we have tourism, we have economic development within the community. The economic impact annually is $21 million. Educational, we've been able to help the schools, Tennessee State and Jackson State, fund their scholarships. We have been able to raise over $11 million during the course of the Classic. So from that aspect, we've done quite well. We started from a blank page, a blank sheet of paper, and we've been able to put a lot on it.
All right, now we know, and you just mentioned, the tradition has always been Tennessee State and Jackson State. So how did you go about selecting these two universities to be a part of this featured matchup for the games?
Well, it's always been there. They have a storied history, and it needed the Southern Heritage Classic to keep it together. They would play here one year, maybe 2 or 3 years later before they play again. But we took, the schools took that idea of the game and put all the elements together into the Southern Heritage Classic. So that allowed us to have an annual event. And again, in 2019, we're celebrating 30 years.
30 years. That is amazing that we have something going on that long, and it just keeps growing and growing. So now let's talk about the Southern Classic then and now. What are some of the most memorable occurrences or even challenges that you've had early on with the Classic?
Early on, it was just getting started. There were a lot of people in very key positions throughout the community didn't believe that this event had a chance to be successful. So we were able to overcome that from the very beginning. So that's been, I think that more so than anything else, the fact that we've been able to get over the doubters and be successful.
All right, well, more with the Southern Heritage Classic founder Fred Jones Jr. when we return.
Since 1990, in the fall of September, something phenomenal has been taking place in Memphis, Tennessee, and it all revolves around one special football game, the Southern Heritage Classic, presented by FedEx. It's homecoming for many of us fans. The Classic weekend is full of fun, with music from chart-topping musical acts, tailgate parties, and some of the best marching bands in the country. And of course, the game between two of college football's fiercest rivals, Tennessee State and Jackson State, the Southern Heritage Classic. It's a celebration.
Would you rather go to the beach or to the mountains?
I would rather go to the mountains.
I'd rather go to the beach. Favorite movie genre?
Comedy, for sure. What's your favorite?
I love a good action film.
Night owl.
Early bird.
Basketball.
Football.
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Have you ever had a medical procedure?
Yes, I had a kidney transplant at Methodist.
Wow, I was not expecting that. Today is my 9-month anniversary of my kidney transplant.
No place I'd rather be when it came to get my transplant but at Methodist.
Begin a new and exciting career as a truck driver with training at Olympic Career Training Institute. Get your Class A CDL truck driving license in just 4 weeks and starting salary making up to $50,000 a year. Must be 21 years of age and have a valid driver's license. The class is also background friendly and job placement assistance is available. Class is filling up fast. Secure your enrollments. Don't wait. Call today. 901-350-6284. Olympic Career Training Institute.
Hello, welcome to Christ Community.
I immediately felt something different. You know, it's loving care because loving is living up to their name. It's complete care with medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy right in my community. Loving care for your body, mind, and spirit. Call 901-842-3160 or log on to christcommunityhealth.org for an appointment. Christ Community Health Services. Healing with soul.
Emboldened by the cause to help support worthy educational institutions and encouraged by growing attendance, Fred Jones Jr. added many activities to the football game since its launch in 1990. The Southern Heritage Classic cultural celebration attracts fans from across the country, many of whom scheduled family vacations and reunions around the annual rivalry football game featuring Tennessee State University and Jackson State University. It makes sense because the Southern Heritage Classic cultural celebration has developed into a weekend jam-packed with a parade, a fashion show, concerts, a golf tournament, tailgate parties, a coach's luncheon, a battle of the bands, and more. There is something to meet the varied interest of fans of all ages. The national impact has been tremendous. Fred, how involved are the alumni in the Classic, and what are their takeaways each year?
They're very involved. In fact, both schools' alumni chapters, Memphis and Shelby counties, are the second largest in the group. And it's a way for the alumni to get together. Memphis being centrally located, it makes it easy for the alumni to get together on an annual basis. So it's been good.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier some of the effects that this rivalry has for both of the universities. So what has been the overall impact for Jackson State and Tennessee State University?
Continued exposure, I mean, it's always, I think the big buzzword today for everybody is branding. So any time that you can get your brand out in front of a lot of people, and we got thousands of people, well, in the course of 29 years of the Classic, or 28 years, counting the cancellation, we have in excess of 1 million people that have come to the game. So that's a tremendous amount of exposure for anybody. So it's been great for branding.
Well, that's quite impressive, and I'm sure part of the reason why people come out would be the Battle of the Bands, because that's one of the most anticipated showcases for the local high school bands. So what is it like for the bands as they prepare for this big battle?
It's serious. I mean, the college bands, you know, they'll be practicing all the way up to Friday night, the day of the game, trying to get ready, because that's a big highlight of the whole weekend. And that's the beauty of what we have all of these years. We had all of those things in place, so we have a chance to highlight it, and highlighting the band is an intricate part of the success of the Southern Heritage Classic.
Well, now, of course, if you're going to have great music and you're going to have great entertainment, you have to have food. So the Southern Heritage Classic tailgating is one of the most massive cookout celebrations in and of itself. About how many registrants participate, and what's the tailgating experience like?
Oh, the tailgating spots of like 500 which we already sold out for this year. But we'll have more than 10,000 people that'll come to the tailgate area. Tailgating today is something it's become a phenomenon. And so that's an experience, it's a big highlight of the entire weekend, the Classic Tailgate.
All right. Well, when we come back, we'll talk more with the founder of Southern Heritage Classic, Fred Jones Jr., about this year's entertainment lineup. Stay with us. You don't want to miss this.
The Southern Heritage Classic has been great for the city of Memphis. Anytime you can bring various generations of people together to support two great HBCUs for 30 consecutive years, you know you have a great event. My father's vision has stood a 30-year test of time. Thank you, Pop, for your vision, persistence, and love for Memphis.
Today is my grand opening. Just the start of a new beginning for Big Mamas and Grannies. Big Mamas and Grannies is actually my big mama and my granny. Everything that they instilled in me, I want to give to others. We specialize in Southern soul to American tradition with a Cajun and Creole twist.
You have to eat the food.
That chicken salad is remarkable.
The macaroni and cheese is literally the best thing you've ever put into your mouth.
My favorite food is macaroni and cheese.
Tanaka represents where passion and perseverance meets resources. Memphis has tons of talented people with gifts. They just don't have the resources to fund those gifts. So I think Tanaka's story represents what Memphis can be.
Pathway Lending is one of those organizations that provide the necessary financing to women-owned businesses and black-owned businesses, even veterans as well. We're in a place that we can provide finances necessary to grow a community from within.
Pathway is a really important partner because they're nationally recognized experts in the distribution of capital to emerging businesses. Together, we solve a very significant challenge for entrepreneurs in Memphis.
Everything that you see in here today, the funding from Pathway Lending allowed me to do that. This has really allowed my vision and my dreams to really come true. A lot of times because you're a woman, you're seen unable to do. So I've always had that determination of nothing can stop me. I'm gonna keep pushing. I wish that everybody in the city of Memphis knew about Epicenter and Pathway Lending. If I'd never gotten a phone call from Epicenter, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't.
The Southern Heritage Classic event has grown beyond the attention of the Memphis region. For Fred Jones Jr., it doesn't matter how big it grows to be. It will always have the nostalgic flavor of a hometown tradition. The Southern Heritage Classic Cultural Celebration has become the premier sports and entertainment event in Memphis. While it has taken on the size of a huge city event, it has retained the small town warmth and feel that is so characteristic of events in the Memphis area. The Classic really belongs to the community. Fred, with the Southern Heritage Classic delivering both sports and entertainment in Memphis, what's the small business impact and how has it enhanced our local economy?
The annual impact is over $21 million. I mean, you have lodging, we have food, we have all the tents that are available for tailgate. We have a lot of activity with the fashion show, people participating in the parade. It's just a community event, both economically and culturally, doing the Southern Heritage Classic.
And that's a good point that you raised because it's not just about the entertainment. With this being such a tremendous weekend in the city each year, it also helps to generate many jobs and creates a plan to launch and complete the overall execution of the Classic. So how does that actually work when you're pulling together those people?
Well, what you're trying to do is put the best possible event together, the components that you can get together from year to year. That's always the challenge. And you want to be able to have something that both the business community and the community at large can appreciate and support. So it's a very touchy situation of trying to put that together, but we've been fortunate enough to do that, and this year it's been very special, especially with Gladys Knight and Jeffrey Osborne, Keith Sweat, Joe and Tamia as our entertainment, we have something for everybody.
Okay. Well, now we know that tremendous efforts have been put forth to put this together. So let's talk about this year's 30th anniversary of the Classic. What makes every year special from the lens of the founder?
In fact, the toughest part every year is getting the preparation and getting it done. That's the toughest part. And you have to realize that every year you're going to go through that. It doesn't change because you had a good year last year or a bad year last year. It's still what's in front of you is what's important. And so that's the challenge every year, is to try to do something that's going to be noteworthy, that's going to be appreciated by the fans that are supporting it.
The Classic has a well-planned weekend starting with the opening parade, gala, golf concerts, tailgating, Battle of the Bands, the halftime show, the actual game, and more. So what can we expect this year in terms of entertainment? I know you've already mentioned a little bit, but starting with the opening reception.
Well, we're going to have an exclusively black tie event celebrating the 30 years of the Classic at the Halloran Center on Thursday. And of course, we have a concert on Friday with Gladys, and a concert on Friday with Keith Sweat. Beverly Robinson, the president of the chamber, will be our speaker at the coaches' luncheon. Get ready for the tailgate. We get ready for the Battle of the Bands, the parade, the golf tournament. It's just so many things that we have. And the good thing about it is that we haven't put anything in the Classic that the fans don't want or appreciate or support. That's the key to it, that you just don't want, you want to have something that everybody can rally around. And so far, everybody's rallied around all of the events of the Classic. And that is, again, is the most important part, that we do not get something that's going to be beyond the reach of the fans that support us.
Now, just a quick recap. The action-packed weekend Southern Heritage Classic is scheduled for September 11th through the 14th. To start, on September 11th is the Black Tie Gala. On September 12th, there will be a classic concert featuring Gladys Knight and Jeffrey Osborne. September 13th will include the Classic College and Career Fair, the Coaches Luncheon with our own Chamber President Beverly Robertson as the guest speaker, and the Classic Music Festival with performances with Keith Sweat, Joe, and Tamia. September 14th is loaded with events beginning with the traditional tailgate celebration, Golf Classic, Kids 3K Walk Run, the parade, fashion brunch, and the much-anticipated high school Battle of the Bands, followed by the Classic football game and halftime show. We'll be back in a moment.
Congratulations to my longtime friend and Claiborne Holmes partner, Fred Jones, for 30 years of the Southern Heritage Classic. This Classic has been around and has brought thousands and thousands of Memphians together, and I think that it's been great for the city. It's been great for both schools, historically black colleges and universities getting an opportunity to play in the Liberty Bowl Stadium and to come to Memphis. So I just want to tell my longtime friend, thank you for what you've done for Memphis, and congratulations on 30 years.
Would you rather go to the beach or to the mountains?
I would rather go to the mountains.
I'd rather go to the beach. Favorite movie genre?
Comedy, for sure. What's your favorite?
I love a good action film.
Night Owl.
Early bird.
Basketball.
Football.
Pancakes.
Waffles.
Have you ever had a medical procedure?
Yes, I had a kidney transplant at Methodist.
Wow, I was not expecting that. Today is my 9-month anniversary of my kidney transplant.
No place I'd rather be when it came to get my transplant but at Methodist.
The Shine and Jam Braid Tour is coming to Memphis, Sunday, June 23rd at Top of the Line Banquet Hall. Featuring Sasha Harris from Magic Finger Studio. Network with special guest braiders and showcase your techniques and creativity at the Braid Battles. Tickets are free, but you must register to attend at snjtour.eventbrite.com. The Shine and Jam Braid Tour in Memphis, Sunday, June 23rd.
Hello, welcome to Christ Community.
I immediately felt something different. You know, it's loving care because loving is living up to their name. It's complete care with medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy right in my community. Loving care for your body, mind, and spirit. Call 901-842-3160 or log on to ChristCommunityHealth.org for an appointment. Christ Community Health Services. Healing with soul.
Since 1990, in the fall of September, something phenomenal has been taking place in Memphis, Tennessee, and it all revolves around one special football game, the Southern Heritage Classic, presented by FedEx. It's homecoming for many of us fans. The Classic weekend is full of fun, with music from chart-topping musical acts, tailgate parties, and some of the best marching bands in the country. And of course, the game between two of college football's fiercest rivals, Tennessee State and Jackson State, the Southern Heritage Classic. It's a celebration.
We're back with Southern Heritage Classic founder Fred Jones. Now, Fred, we've talked a lot about your journey to success with the Southern Heritage Classic. So tell us about Fred, the businessman and ultimate entrepreneur. What drives and inspires you?
The challenge, to believe that you can get something done. And from my beginning in the Claiborne Homes community to where I am now, it's been seemed like light years. And so it's just, the Classic started as something that I wanted to prove that I could do it, and I could do it in Memphis. I've been in the entertainment business now 49 years, so I've seen and been a part of a lot of artists' careers, most notably Isaac Hayes, when he won the Academy Award, Isaac Brothers, OJ's, to name a few. Oh, don't let me forget Tyler Perry. He was just here. So it's the whole thing is is to have an appreciation for and the drive to do something that people say that you couldn't do.
Now, you've mentioned a list of people that you have been instrumental in helping, but you also were among the original owners and limited partners for our Memphis Grizzlies. What was it like to be part of such a groundbreaking entity for Memphis at that time?
It was tremendous. I mean, it was the first major league franchise in Memphis. Here again, people said that it couldn't be done. We had to build a new building. We had to do all those things in order to get the Grizzlies here, and I was glad to be a part of that, and the Classic played a big part of that because they didn't have, we didn't have a mailing list to try to solicit people, so we had to use our list from the Classic in order to make that happen. So that's a very special moment for me to be involved with the Grizzlies, but there's nothing like the Classic.
You have certainly set quite a standard in Memphis and across the country. Do you feel personally satisfied or accomplished in all that you've done thus far and how you are really influencing the young people who can see where you've come from?
I think that's what you want to try to do today more so than anything else, to show them. You can tell them about things that can be done, but you can show them by example. When you tell them that you were in the Claiborne Homes, that you had one pair of shoes, and there's a story about the shoes I can't tell right now, but I don't have time. But you're looking at somebody who has been all the way, from a little or nothing to been on top of the world, and so being able to share that with the community, and especially doing the Classic, is very fulfilling for me, to be able to do it each and every year.
Well, we'll return with Fred Jones Jr. after a note from the desk of Chamber President Beverly Robertson.
In response to the resounding voices of both job seekers and employers, and the expressed need to bridge the gap between talent and opportunities, the Greater Memphis Chamber will convene regional stakeholders from the workforce ecosystem on October 22nd and 23rd with a major workforce summit entitled Upskill 901, with goals of upskilling 10,000 individuals with technical and essential skills and exposing them to high-demand careers and direct employment opportunities. We will do this over a 12 to 36-month period. We're hosting this two-day summit, which will include breakfast and lunch, keynote addresses from experts, breakout sessions, and CEO roundtables on day 1, and a preparation meets opportunity career fair on day 2. Here, attendees will be provided multiple resources from on-site registration for programs to employer screenings for open positions. For more information on Upskill 901, the Workforce Summit, visit memphischamber.com.
Do you like wings? Then you will love All Star, where we offer the whole wing and many more mouth-watering items. So come in and visit us at Highway 64, just east of Applin Road, or Perkins and Knight Arnold. All Star, home of the whole wing.
Take Computer Systems is your authorized Apple service provider, recognized as the Mid-South's go-to tech company for fast, quality computer service. Here at Take Computer Systems is where you'll find the highest qualified technicians and great customer service with the fastest turnaround time. So come see us for broken screens, data transfers, virus removals, upgrades, and more. We provide and repair all brands of PCs and Apple products. So make sure you don't wait. Take it to Tate.
And now we're back to wrap up Final Thoughts with founder of the Southern Heritage Classic, Fred Jones Jr. Now, Fred, what do you say to the following generations which you so graciously paved the philanthropic path for?
Don't forget about your past. You know, the 38126 zip code is very, very important to me, to do everything I can to show people from that community that it can happen. And I'm a witness that it has happened and continue to happen. And so that's something that I want to be able to share with people when I can, and I do it as often as I can.
Well, now, with you doing as much as you have, what is your next chapter?
You know, I don't know. I've gotten into a lot of things and didn't know I was going to get involved in the Grizzlies. Did I know I was going to get involved with Isaac Hayes? Didn't know I was going to get involved in the show business. The Classic was something that they wrestled with for several months before I decided to do it. So I just don't know where it's going to be, and that's why I tell young people just to prepare yourself so when the opportunity comes, you can take advantage of it. And so you might wake up one day or one night or one morning and decide I want to go in another direction. I'm prepared for it. I just go do it, and I got a good team, and I can't say enough about the team that's been with me for a long time. They allow me to have these ideas and these journeys, and when I take off, they take it off with me.
That's excellent. And there you have it. Fred Jones has already let me know who's going to win the Classic this year. He says it's going to be the Tigers. So Fred, we thank you for sharing your time with us. And to find out more, visit the SouthernHeritageClassic.com. We will see you next time on Greater Memphis Chamber Presents Memphians on the Move by Methodist Le Bonheur Healthcare. I'm your host, Stephanie White. Thanks for watching.